Sports platform, and here we are. Jump ball about to come. Oglethorpe going to lose it as Logan Shanahan out-jumps Perry Robinson. An immediate three ball taken. Offensive rebound up and in. And you saw how quick Ben Pierce with the putback there. Immediate three off the tip. Rebound, and Emory's going to go right to man-to-man. Be interesting. Robinson got doubled and triple teamed the last two times out. A little more room to operate today, and immediately has his first shot thrown back by Cale Martans, 6'7" out of Flower Mound, Texas. And Emory on the push, and they're going to immediately get a three ball from the corner, and that's nothing but the bottom of the net for Ethan Foss. Foss drops that one in, and a quick 5-0 lead for Emory. Man-to-man. Pierce picking up Dooley way up high. Dooley going to drive in, have that one stripped away, go off his leg, and Emory coming back the other way. Oglethorpe has not even had a chance to really set up defensively, and it looks like they are in a 2-3 zone. Robinson going to be tasked with Martans. Excuse me, that was Shanahan, shot off the mark and no good. Logan, 6'7" junior out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, 14.4 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, and I talked about his ability to shoot the ball as well. As you talk about somebody that's shooting 44% from downtown at 6'7", so Perry Robinson, not that he'll be tasked man-to-man, but will definitely have some different defensive responsibilities than he's had in the past. Robinson up on the high post. Zigbo, hopefully these 14 days off have got Uba playing better. Uba with a turnaround, and that's the first basket for Oglethorpe. Good to see for Uba. Zigbo looked confident. Look at Emory going the other way, and that's going to be a turnover. Pierce pass ahead to Martans, just a little out of reach, and it's 5-2 early in favor of the Eagles. Emory staying man-to-man, picking up as soon as Oglethorpe tries to initiate the offense in the half court. Pumpian from way downtown, and he knocks that one in. Good to see Dylan Pumpian, who can absolutely shoot the rock, coming up with his first chance. And Oglethorpe going to switch to man-to-man. Emory with the size advantage here. Probably can't switch 1 through 5, and Pierce sticks that one from about 17 feet in a 7-5 lead for Emory. Emory getting kind of what they want on the offensive side. Dooley drives to the foul line, kicks it back out to Pumpian. He's going to swing it across a Zigbo from downtown. That's going to be off the mark. Robinson fighting for the rebound, and that is going to be knocked out of bounds off of Jair Knight. Knight, a sophomore out of Ohio, St. Edward's High School, 14.4 points a game. You can just see the size difference in the matchup early. Uba not typically guarded out on the perimeter by somebody 6'7" and 220 pounds. That's what he's dealing with right now. Pumpian dealing with size, 11 on the shot clock. Pumpian tries to go up and under, and Ethan Foss throws that one out of there. And again, Pumpian, who's not a small character at 6'1", being guarded right now by a 6'9", 205-pound freshman. Ethan Foss, who's chasing him all over the floor. 7-5 Emory early going. The ball's going to be inbounded to nobody in particular. Picked up by Knight. He's going to go the other way. We're going to get a layup up and in for Cale Martans. Inbound turnover leads to fast break points for Emory, and they're off to a 9-5 lead. Kemp going to play it way outside. Pumpian now being overplayed. You can see Emory is switching almost everything 1 through 5. As Zigbo kicks it back out to Pumpian. He's going to drive and kick Dooley from downtown, and that's going to be off the mark. No good. Really good rebound flown in there and then knocked away as Jackson Kemp came flying in, and then it eventually went out of bounds off of Cale Martans. Martans, 18.7 points a game to go along with 8.7 rebounds as a junior. Shot clock back to 20. Dooley going to drive in, pump fake, kick it back out. Pumpian going to head fake, 6 on the shot clock. He's going to get it to the foul line. He's going to draw a foul. think that's going to be a shooting foul. Pumpian will get a chance to step up to the line and try to knock down a couple of free throws. First free throw up and good. Good to see Dylan climbing into this thing. Already hit a 3-ball early, gaining confidence as he goes. Second one up and good. We're going to get a foul underneath on Perry Robinson. Emory right now the 14th ranked team in the country. Talked to their play-by-play voice, Chris Mooneyham, good friend of mine, and he said they really feel that this team has a national championship chance to them. So a real big test for Oglethorpe as Zigbo comes up with a steal. Dooley going to drive in, scoop that one up and in, and tie this game up as Malachi using that athleticism that we saw on display against Barry get up and going. Robinson can ill afford to pick up his second foul. Going to have to be careful underneath. Emory struggling a little bit, and they're going to call a ticky-tack nickel dimer. That's going to be on Perry Robinson, his second, and Jordan James going to sub in right now for the first time. Coming in for Emory, number 21, Albert Follis. Follis, another one, 6-foot freshman out of Beverly Hills, California, Eula High School. Was told this kid can absolutely go as well. 9-9, 15:59 to go here in the first half. Oglethorpe going to drop back into a 2-3 zone as they're now severely undersized, and they're going to get a foul on Uba Zigbo. Martans was scratching and clawing, trying to get position. That's the third team foul on Oglethorpe. We'll get the first media timeout here on the floor. Score tied at 9 between Oglethorpe and Emory on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. We're back here on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Hope you guys are having a happy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you may celebrate. Oglethorpe will be back in action after today, coming up on Saturday against Covenant College, 2 o'clock right here on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Women's team will play at 6 o'clock. We'll have head coach Alex Ritchie stop by a little bit later on. 2-3 zone for Oglethorpe, and you can see Martans just skying in, and we're going to get another foul. This one I believe is going to be called on Pumpian, and it is. Tough in a 2-3 zone, especially with the size disadvantage for Oglethorpe. You've absolutely got to find somebody and put a body on him. The problem is you're guarding a zone and not a man. And you can see there Martans just came flying in at 6'7", listed at 215. Looks a little bit more stout than that. We're going to get a drive in, and we're going to get another foul call. That is the 5th team foul already. It's going to be a shooting foul on Uba Zigbo. His second team foul. It looks like Mason Kemp going to check in, and Oglethorpe going to lose even more size. Jair Knight going to step in, fire a free throw up and good. Pumpian with 5, Zigbo with 2, Dooley with 2. And your 2 starting forwards, or center and forward, and Robinson and Zigbo both are out of the game just 4.5 minutes in. And we're going to get a cheapie there on Martans. He goes over the back of Jordan James, who's trying to block him out at the foul line. That's going to cause a substitution. Logan Shanahan going to check in. And again, you go from 6'7" to 6'7", so no drop off in size. Shanahan gives you 14.5 points and 9 rebounds a game if you're Emory. And Emory's going to immediately go 2-2-1 pressure. Coach Zimmerman going to want to speed this up as much as he can. Dooley gets into the corner. Pumpian, the outlet, over to Mason Kemp. Dooley fires that one to nobody in particular. He had James underneath. He may have rushed the pass there just a hair. Oglethorpe again going to stick with this 2-3 zone. Got to be active outside in this. With the size advantage that Emory has, you can ill afford to allow that inside out pass. They do that. James, and he's going to draw another foul. Good job there by Jordan James. Second time on a box out opportunity, he's drawn a foul. This one, it's on number 10, Ben Pierce, 6'1" sophomore out of Tuckahoe, New York. He gives the Eagles 13.1 points a game. If you notice, all 5 starters for Emory do average double-digit points. Pumpian kind of in no man's land, gets it over to Jackson Kemp. Kemp going to go underneath. James underneath, and they leave him alone, and Jordan banks it up and in. James, a lefty, I think surprised Emory. Had good position. And Oglethorpe, their first lead of the contest at 11-10. Zone is moving a heck of a lot better here. 3 ball going to be up, and that's going to be good. And that's the perfect elixir for a zone defense. Jair Knight out of the corner. No hesitation, knocks that one in. And a 13-11 lead for the Eagles. Kemp going to bring it across, get it over to his brother. A little ragged there as the 2-2-1 making things work here. Follis going to jump out as they go man-to-man. 5 on the shot clock. The 2-2-1 did exactly what it's supposed to do. Pumpian going to have to kind of flip one up. No good. James comes up with the rebound. Jordan bangs into Logan Shanahan and loses the physical battle there. And Jordan normally not going to lose a lot of physical battles at this level. Dooley going to drive in. Had Pumpian in the corner. Turns around, fires, and Malachi Dooley's still hot. And he tells everybody that the defense was too small. Good closeout by Pumpian. Jump shot going to be off the mark and no good, and Dooley going to come up the rebound. 13-13 with 13:27 to go here in the first half. James going to head fake, spin with the left, flip that one up and in, and a great job by Jordan James with the reverse pivot over Logan Shanahan, and Oglethorpe back up on top by 2. 3 ball on the way, and that one down the hatch for Logan Shanahan. As I mentioned, Emory can shoot the ball. Shanahan at 44% from downtown. And when you're 6'7", you can just shoot that over top of anybody. Kemp with the foul line jumper going to be long. Grabs his own rebound. No foul called there. So he gets banged to the floor, and Emory coming the other way. They're going to get Follis, who may have gotten away with a travel. He kicks it back out. Another 3 ball on the way. That's going to be wild and off the mark. And they are going to call a pushing foul on the rebound for Malachi Dooley. I think if you're going to get the foul, and Malachi did, get your money's worth. Foss took the 3 that ricocheted just off the backboard. It's number 6 on Oglethorpe. Next one will put Emory in the 1-and-1 bonus. A couple of substitutions. Number 24, A.J. Harris comes in. Also subbing in underneath number 13, Tyson Thomas. Rob Reisman going to check in now for Dylan Pumpian. So you'll lose a little bit of shooting, but add some athleticism and defense. Thomas with the ball, and that's going to be kicked and out of bounds off of Jackson Kemp. Also checking in for Oglethorpe at the guard position, Mark Asari, 6'1" guard, put together. Played a really good floor game against Barry about 2 weeks ago. Building was absolutely buzzing that night. Pull-up jumper going to be way short and rebounded by Mason Kemp, who's going to kick ahead to his brother Jackson, almost turned it over. And Oglethorpe will come back. Emory now in man-to-man. Asari going to drive in, kick it underneath. Reisman has it bounce off his leg and out of bounds. And Emory coming back the other direction. Noticed Shanahan likes to play trailer on the secondary break, and he's looking for a 3. And what does he do? He spots in the other corner, missed. Now he's going to get it underneath. and lay it up and in. Thought that was going to roll off the wind, but Shanahan, the ability to score inside and outside. Again, talking with their play-by-play guy, Chris Mooneyham, he goes, they got a couple of guys 6'5" or taller that can shoot the three. He goes, and then conversely, they'll come down and give you 6 or 7 points in the paint, or 6 or 7 buckets in the paint. Reisman, he gets number 22, Max Fried, not Braves pitcher Max Fried, but Max Fried himself to fall down. But Fried has the ball ricochet off his leg. 11:28 to go here in the first half. Timeout on the floor. Eagles leading our Stormy Petrels 18-15 on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Work. John Michaels at John Michaels U, where you can follow me on social media. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah to all of you. Emory leading Oglethorpe 18-15 in a hotly contested first half. James, Asari, both the Kemps and Reisman on the floor. If you're just tuning in, and Emory going to kind of a modified 1-2-2, and Jordan James right at the foul line finds an opening and pops that one from 15 feet. And knocks it in, and it's 18-17. 11:06 to go. Oglethorpe staying in the 2-3 zone. Slowing down Emory. They've got the pace sort of where they want it, and they're going to get a turnover. A.J. Harris threw that one across, and Fallis unable to catch it. That ball's going to go out of bounds. Pumpian going to check back in right now for Jackson Kemp, so a little bit more shooting on the floor. Be interesting to see if Emory, and it looks like they're going to go back man-to-man here. James going to get the inbound pass back to Pumpian. And if they're going to stay in this sort of 1-2-2, 3-2 high zone, and again, Jordan James going to sit at the foul line. That ball is going to be kicked against A.J. Harris. What you want to do against this defense is penetrate the middle. You can't do it by dribbling. So you really want to find a guy at the foul line, and Jordan James, who can get the ball. Want to surround him with shooters, and you've got a baseline runner if you're watching Rob Reisman kind of going back that way. James going to drive in, flip that one up, and no good. And rebound going to be taken by Fallis, and Albert Fallis going to take the ball off the bounce and go the other way. A good steal by Reisman. Going to kick ahead Asari on the hop. He's going to lay that one up, and he's going to draw a foul. Really good job by Mark Asari there. Really even better job by Reisman. He baited the pass, came up with the steal, and then immediately going the other way on the fast break. Mark Asari now going to step in, try to shoot some free throws. Asari's first free throw up and good. Oglethorpe has not shot free throws particularly well. Second free throw up and good. That's what we like to call the reverse jinx. Asari on the year was only 2 for 2, so now 4 of 4 on the season shooting free throws. Not a lot of opportunities for the backup point guard. That ball going to be driven in, and they're going to call a blocking foul. This one on Jordan James. Thought he stepped in maybe, and I can't see his heel. Maybe his heel was on the restricted line. But A.J. Harris going to step up now with a chance to tie and eventually take the lead for Emory. Harris on the year, shooting 8 of 11 from the foul line, 72.5%. Not a lot of opportunities. Jair Knight going to sub back in, as is Ben Pierce. So the starters for Emory going to get back on the game. Second free throw for Harris. He sticks that one, and Emory back up 20-19. Now they're going to go back man-to-man. Weissman dribbling in. Kick around the perimeter to James, who's going to drive in. Step back foul line jumper, and he nails that one. Really good offense there by Jordan James. And Cale Martin's guarding him, who's got a huge size advantage, but used a little jab step back, and then knocks in the free throw line jumper. 2-3 zone right now, really making Emory work. Martins has it underneath. That's just a mismatch, and he leaves that one short, but the offensive rebound stuck back up and in for Jair Knight. Martins had a huge mismatch and left it short. But again, the problem in the zone, guarding a zone and not a man, and the offensive rebound could be a big problem. Kemp drives it in, back out to Pumpian. One thing Oglethorpe wants to do is stay slow. Asari kicks. Pumpian head fake. Three ball lined up and good for Dillon. Really sized up the defender there, took his time, and knocks in his second triple of the game. I will say the second unit has really done a good job. That rebound going to be taken by Weissman. Good job underneath by Rob. Rob, an athletic 6'3", 6'4", junior out of Gainesville, Georgia, and Rob Weissman going the other way. Defense to offense. Lays that one in, and Oglethorpe with their biggest lead of the game, 26-22. And the crowd starting to believe a little bit more. Martin's going to drive in, and he's going to have that one partially blocked by James, and Kemp going to come the other way with it. Slow it down, and Asari's going to take it, dribble it back out. Again, they want to milk this shot clock when they can. Good defense there by Harris. Didn't let Pumpian turn the corner. Mason going to drive in, have that one partially blocked, but Johnny on the spot, or Jackson on the spot. No basket. He comes flying in, grabs a rebound. And I believe they're going to call a shooting foul, and they are. We'll get a timeout on the floor. 7:52 to go. Your Stormy Petrels believing right now against a top 15 Division III team in Emory. It's 26-22 Oglethorpe. With a 26-22 lead substitution, they are going to get Malachi Dooley back in for Mark Asari, who did a really good job running the floor. Dylan Pumpian and Jordan James with 8 points apiece. James going to step to the line for a couple of free throws. First free throw is going to hit the front rim and no good. Interesting watching this. You'd think Oglethorpe's winning, it's going to be on the back, obviously, of Uba Zigbo and Perry Robinson. They're combined 1 for 3. Unfortunately, James misses both free throws, and both of them have 2 fouls. They had Oglethorpe playing a nice 2-3 zone, getting some timely shooting from Dylan Pumpian, being a little bit, I guess, havoc creating. Foul line jumper, no good. Rebounded there. And that ball's going to be blocked out. You had Foss trying to drive in, didn't realize Jordan James was athletic as he is, has that one thrown back. Pumpian, little double dribbling and kind of dipsy-do between the legs, inside to Kemp and back out to Dooley. Pierce had shot that previous foul line jumper. Dooley goes between his legs. Pumpian from downtown, and he pumps in a third three. Dylan Pumpian, this is what he was brought here for, is to shoot the 3 ball. And Dooley going to be called for a foul 35, 37 feet from the basket, and Coach Ponder is livid because now you go 1-1. I get what Malachi was trying to do. Thought he had a steal opportunity, and unfortunately comes up with a foul. Logan Shanahan going to step to the line for Emory. Shanahan on the year, just 6 of 15 from the foul line, 40%. Which is really interesting, a guy that shoots 44% from downtown, and you could tell he has a beautiful stroke from outside. First free throw up and no good, but Harris comes up with the offensive rebound. Got a block out on free throws. 3-ball on the way, and bang for Jair Knight. Exactly what you don't want to have happen. Ticky-tack foul, missed free throw, offensive rebound, 3-ball, and the game is now back down to 4. Asari, the Kemp brothers, James, and a great crossover lay-in for Mason Kemp to extend the lead to 6. Harris from downtown, that's going to be way short. He grabs his own offensive rebound and lays it up and in. An offensive rebounder right now just killing Oglethorpe. They're getting what they're wanting. And Emory going to go back to 2-3 zone. James on the foul line. Asari dribbles inside, kicks to the corner. Kemp thought about a 3, doesn't take it. Swings it across to his brother who steps in. Asari now inside. Better position. Kemp from 3 on this side. No good. That one hits nothing but air. And Harris coming the other way for Emory. Flawless going to step back on the 3, and he drains that one. And it's now a 1-point game. Albert Flawless got the closeout and then sticks a 3. The 7-point lead's evaporated in 2 possessions. It's now right back down to 1. James with it at the foul line. Another step-up free throw line jumper, and Jordan James looking really comfortable in that position right at about the 15-foot mark. Jordan right now with 10 on the game. And oh no, and Jordan is really hurt. He landed really awkward and immediately grabbed the knee and the ankle area. He's grabbing the ankle, nope. And then Jordan James just jumps back up and he goes, okay, I'm good. Looks like Ben Pierce going to get a chance to shoot a free throw. James looks like he's going to check out. It looks like number 2, Christian Williams, going to check in. Also for the first time, number 24, Brevin Klim, going to check in. 6'1" sophomore guard out of Nashville. Coach Ponder having to go deeper into the bench as Dooley, Azigbo, and Robinson all have 2 fouls here in the first half. First free throw off the mark and no good. We also have Pumpian with 2 fouls. So 4 Stormy Petrels in foul trouble. Subbing in also is number 4, Tyler O'Donohue, going to check in. So a really big bench moment here. Williams, Asari, Jackson Kemp, Clem, and O'Donohue, a lineup we have not seen yet this season. It's Coach Ponder trying to figure out a way to navigate these last 5 minutes. And immediately, Emory's going to jump into this 2-2-1 pressure once again. Clem going to get the ball in the backcourt. Got to get it across at 10, so you might want to get moving. 5 to get it across. Asari gets it over, and immediately the trap. They're going to find Kemp. He's going to drive in. Williams, who can shoot it, back up top, and Emory going to fall back into a 2-3. Actually, it looks like they're going to go man-to-man here. But no, they're back in this 1-2-2 sort of matchup zone. Oglethorpe needs to find somebody at the foul line. Kemp from about 40 feet, rebounded by Williams. Not sure that's the shot they wanted. Shot clock was down under 10. And Clem now going to take it up top. Now they've moved Kemp to the foul line. Asari, he's going to fire a 3. That's going to rim out and no good. Williams skies in for the rebound. And we're going to have a loose ball scenario, and Kemp's going to take it. O'Donohue coming inside, and he's going to have that one ripped away. And what are they going to call here? Not sure what we're going to get here. We're going to get a foul on O'Donohue. Not sure how they called a foul on him. He kind of lost control of the ball and just fell down. Thought we were going to get a jump ball scenario. Instead, it's going to be a 1-and-1 situation going the other way. It's Albert Fallis going to step to the line and shoot the rock. Fallis on the year, only 4 of 6 from the foul line. Hadn't had a lot of free throw opportunities. So 67%. Fallis, a freshman out of Beverly Hills, California. Heck of a move from Cali to the ATL. Free throw up, and it's actually double bonuses. I just looked up, Oglethorpe now has 2 fouls. O'Donohue going to check right back out. Jordan James, I guess the ankle is fine. He's going to go back in. Fallis' second free throw good, and we're tied at 33 apiece. And again, I say Oglethorpe just trying to navigate right now what could be a very tough last 4 minutes against one of the best teams in the country. Clem going to get it across. Kemp trapped in the corner. Williams on a full skip pass, and he was a full foot out of bounds. The 2-2-1 has absolutely pushed Oglethorpe into a pace that they don't necessarily want to play. We'll see if the 2-3 zone can hold here. Fallis from downtown. That 3-ball rims around and no good. And Jordan James has been a man amongst boys underneath. My goodness. Jordan's come with bad intentions today. Asari going to go all the way in, use size, missed the layup, second layup no good, and now it's going the other way for Emory. That's going to be a wild runner up and no good for Knight, and James going to draw a foul, and that'll be the 6th team foul for Emory. We'll take a timeout on the floor. Three's wild up on the board. It's 33-33, 3:33 to go left here in the first half on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. .33 to go here in the first half. 33-33. Oglethorpe and Emory battling back and forth. Oglethorpe has had as big of a 7-point lead. Emory jumped up early in this game. Really even matchup right now. Dylan Pumpian playing his best game as a Stormy Petrel with 3 threes here in the first half. But this 2-2-1 zone picking up has really changed the scenario, and Williams going to fire a wild 3 off the mark and no good. Jack Thomas, 6'4" freshman, checking in for the first time. He's in, playing that center position. Don't want to foul here because you have Emory in the double bonus. You've got him kind of wild at this point. And they're going to get a layup that's no good for Logan Shanahan, but a foul called on Christian Williams. Double bonus scenario here for Emory. And again, on the second free throw, you got to box out. Shanahan shooting only 40% from the foul line. Missed his first one here. That one front rim, so he's now 0-2 from the line. So if you're Oglethorpe, not to say you ever want to play Hacka later on, but if Shanahan's on the line, second free throw, and that one rattles around and in a 1-point lead for the Eagles. Oglethorpe's done a really good job here in the first half navigating without their 2 best players on the floor. Kemp in the corner, and this 2-2-1 trap has really given Oglethorpe some problems. Dooley not on the floor, Ozigbo not on the floor. Kemp with a step back 3, that's going to be off the mark and no good, and Emory skying in. There's Ben Pierce for the rebound, and he grabs it and goes the other way and stops and pops and drains a three. That's the ability Ben Pierce has. Skies for a rebound, pushes the other way, and then drains a three. 2 seconds to get the ball across. They just do. Williams has it. He's going to go the other way. Jordan James underneath and misses the layup, but he's going to get a foul. Ethan Foss fouled Jordan. Jordan had a bunny. Foss knocked him across the arm. But Emory right now on a push to take a 37-33 lead. Right about the time Dooley picked up his second foul, and you had to have your starting point guard go out of the floor, Emory's taken over. Jordan James, though, has been dynamic, really keeping the Stormy Petrels in it. Jordan right now with 11 points, tied with Dylan Pumpian for the team lead. Second free throw good, and it's back to a 2-point deficit. Emory just sprinting across. Fallis head fakes. Look at that ball movement. Right back underneath, and Shanahan's going to be fouled again, but I'll be honest, I don't mind that foul at all for Jack Thomas. Thomas getting his first action that I've seen. I watched him after the last game against Barry, after the game just shooting, and you can see the young man's got a whole lot of promise here for the Stormy Petrels. Did they call that one on Jordan James? Up for sure. No, they did call that one on Thomas. Subbing in now for the first time, J.R. Aranaku, 6'6" sophomore. Shanahan rattles that one around and good. He's out of Ackworth, Georgia, seeing his first opportunity here. So some youngsters on the floor for Coach Ponder. Second free throw good. Shanahan's quieted me down. Kemp going to sub back in for Thomas. So you've got both the Kemp brothers, Jackson and Mason, Marcus Sari, Christian Williams, and J.R. Aranaku. 39-35 deficit for the Stormy Petrels. 19 on the shot clock, and Emory's extended out man-to-man. Kemp going to drive in and lay that one up and in, and they're going to call the hoop and the harm. I was waiting to see because there was a whole lot of body contact underneath from Shanahan, and the referee almost looked like he was waiting to see if the ball went in the basket. And Jackson Kemp going to be rewarded with the hoop and the harm. Put his head down, went with the right arm. Something you always teach somebody going against a shot blocker. Use your body, put your body directly into the chest of the defender. Kemp did that, and he's rewarded with the old-fashioned three-point play, and it's a 1-point deficit. Emory coming across at 130 miles an hour. Pierce is just electric. That ball's going to be knocked away, and they're going to give the ball to Emory. Looked like it went off the arm of Williams. 21 on the shot clock, 39-38 the score with 1:34 to play. Ball going to be inbounded to Shanahan. Fallis going to take it. Pierce going to kick that one back across. Inside to Shanahan, going to be short. He grabs his own rebound, and then he's going to get called for a travel. Shanahan to grab the offensive rebound, and when he kind of dribbled into traffic, had some issues and drugged the feet. Oglethorpe now going to try to get it across. It's a team effort to break this 2-2-1 pressure. Sari now with it. James going to check back in at the next dead ball. Aranaku doing a good job garnering some minutes. We're going to get a jump ball situation. Possession going to go to Oglethorpe. James going to sub in, as is number 13, Tyson Thomas. Thomas going to sub in. 55.2 to play, just 2 on the shot clock. Jump ball, the shot clock should reset. We're going to get a timeout on the floor. Coach Ponder going to take one. We'll take one with him. It's 39-38. Emory in front with 55.5 seconds to play here in the first half on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Back here on the Oglethorpe Sports Network, 39-38 your score in what has been a hotly contested first half, which has seen Oglethorpe shoot the ball at 50%, 3 of 10 from downtown. Asari going to inbound. He's got to get it in soon. And Jordan James with a nice back cut going to be fouled. He'll go to the line with a 1-and-1 opportunity. Jordan made his last couple of free throws. Emory 6 of 13 from downtown. Oglethorpe just 3 of 10. Both teams have shot the free throw very well. Oglethorpe has made 2 more field goals, 14 of 28 compared to 12 of 29. I said this pace needs to be closer to 70, in the 70s for Oglethorpe to have a chance. James stands in there, and that one bounced everywhere but in. Emory going to come down. Fallis. And they're going to say no shot, and good thing because Albert Fallis drained a 3, but he's going to be getting the foul and a double bonus opportunity. As Asari up in the air, Fallis head faked him. Double bonus now for both teams here on out. 10 team fouls each. Fallis first free throws up and good. Pumpian going to sub back in for Christian Williams. Pumpian with 2 fouls, but does have 11 points here in the first half. Fallis' second free throw up, and that's going to be off the mark and no good. And Pumpian going to fly in and grab the rebound. Good job keeping a body on the outside defender. Kemp thought about a 3. 42 seconds to go here in the first half. About 20-second differential between the shot and the game clock. So if you're Oglethorpe, you just want to get a good shot. Emory in a modified 1-3-1 right now. They're going to find Jordan James at the foul line. He's going to stop and pop and drain it. And Jordan James shaking his head going, you don't want to give me that one. And we're tied at 40 with 20 seconds to go. And Emory's going to take the last shot most likely. Coach Ponder's gotten exactly what he wanted out of Jordan James. 14 points off the bench. He's found a home right now at that foul line extended. 5 on the shot clock. Thomas going to come around. Harris going to fire a 3, and he drains it. And that's how the half is going to end. A.J. Harris, 6'5", freshman out of
improvement as we go into the holidays.
Yeah, we look forward to what should be a fun Saturday and Sunday here at Pinholster Court. And second half going to get underway here. Oglethorpe back in the 2-3 zone, and you get to see Perry Robinson back in the game. He played about 45 seconds, it seemed like, and a quick layup right there for Jair Knight. Zigbo back in. So the original starting 5, Kemp, Zigbo, Dooley, Robinson, and Pumpian in the game, and a 5-point lead for Emory. I thought that late 3 was huge. Kind of want to go into the half tied, and now you're going to get a poke steal going the other way, and Knight going to lay it up and no good. He landed kind of awkwardly. Foul going to be called there on Kemp. But I thought that late 3 for Emory was huge because for Oglethorpe, you want to take that into the locker room where you're tied and you just hate to be down.
Yeah, always try to talk to your groups to come out of the half strong. Emory's known for coming to start the game and come out of the locker room at halftime with big-time energy, so we're going to have to match that. Not just equate it, but exceed it in order for us to stay competitive here over the next couple minutes. getting to this first media time out of the under 16 is going to be really, really important. So a little 2-2-1, trying to slow us down a little bit.
Yeah, and they did a good job of that, especially in the second part of the first half. Stormy Peaches had taken about a 7-point lead. They went 2-2-1 and really slowed the pace. But I thought Ponder did a great job, and he does here. And Robinson going to lay it up and in. His first basket of the game. That little high-low set with him and Uba is going to be really effective. 3-ball off the mark, no good. You got to get on the offensive glass or get on the defensive glass as Logan Shanahan lays it up and in. And Emory, I don't know where they recruit all these guys. It seems like everybody's 6'7".
Coach Zimmerman does a great job getting out and getting some really good talented players. We got to talk and we played it over at Emory a couple weeks ago. He's really excited about this group. They've got one senior that plays a big role for them, and a lot of young guys that just continue to grow and get better. So,
Kemp with the rebound. He's going to push the other way. Dooley, head fake's going to drive it in. Looks outside. Zigbo might have got away with one there. Dooley from downtown. No good. Robinson saves it, and then he steps on the out-of-bound line. 18-19 to go. Here in the first half, it's 49-42. It's got to be tough. Coach, you have to deal with this a lot. When you have your stars in foul trouble and they sit for so long, they almost have to restart to get back in the game. And I think with a Zigbo and Robinson, it's going to be the same thing. A 3-ball here knocked in by Ben Pierce. And the biggest lead now of the game for Emory at 51-42. Love to see Uba get untracked from outside, pumping from way downtown, and he's going to pump in another 3. Head fake off to the side, rebound going to be taken. And again, the problem in the 2-3 zone, you got to find a body, and Petrel's having a problem right now getting a body on a body. They're going to call a block. You got to be kidding me. I don't get on officiating very often. I've been yelled at by the conference already for last year. I thought Malachi did a great job getting in front, getting his body set. Thought the offensive player was a little out of control, and they're going to call a block.
Big decision here with Dooley now.
I almost think in a 7-point game, as well as Jordan James has played, though. Don't know if you want him subbing in for a point guard. I thought Asari did a good job as well running the floor. 3-ball up and good. And Shanahan can absolutely stroke it from outside. And they're going to say that one off a pump in.
Hey, Dooley being a young player, these are great learning opportunities for him. He's a little bit of foul trouble. You gotta have him out there as the floor general. What a heck of a game he had against Barry.
Oh my goodness.
You just want to see him grow and learn how to play with maybe a little foul trouble.
3-ball on the way. That's going to be off the mark with a good rebound by Dylan Pumpy, and Foss just missed that one long. Kemp going to drive in. Pumpy in again. That one's the first miss of the day. Dooley's got to be careful here not to pick up his 4th foul. I'm going to tell you, this kid Pierce can flat out fly. Now Perry's picked up his 3rd. And you can almost see right now, Coach Zimmerman has said, let's get back to our pace. They're averaging about 90 points a game. They've hit 90 points 4 times, 100 points once.
Yeah, they just play with such force and tempo. And offense isn't very complex, but they just get open shots from how hard they play, how hard they cut. The ball movement's flawless. It's a big rebound even off the free throw attempt right here on the size. Just got to close possessions out and good quality works.
Pierce with the second one. It's a 10-point lead right now for the Eagles. Second one up and good. Asari is going to check in for Dooley. Gotta love Malachi. Malachi's a kid that plays with so much force, so much heart. Has improved his game tremendously from a year ago.
100%. Just a great kid, too. And that's to be said about all Oglethorpe athletes. There's just so many great kids here. It's a blessing to work with kids like that. Malachi being a great one. Our program's going to spend a lot of time together. These young men, we love to see them be successful. Awesome to see them support us, and we obviously try to do the same.
I love the community here. And a great rebound by Robinson. Pumpian made a nice little runner to cut it to 9. Perry may want to go coast to coast here, and he's going to put his head down.
Let's get a little contact.
And he does. And I know you teach that to your women. The kids that I coach, teaching them to play through the chest of a defender. You know, you're going against a kid who's 6'7". Actually, I believe he's 6'9". Now, Matanz is 6'7", 215 pounds. You don't want to fade away from those guys. They're going to block everything.
Yeah, and, you know, we got to get Robinson going, get in a rhythm, like you said earlier, and best way to get that is get to the free throw line, see the ball go to the basket a little bit, some easy opportunities, maybe I get some ball. This kid, Robinson, he is special. Haven't spent a ton of time with him, but just how he plays, his dog mentality in the paint is something that we love to see. I know Coach Bond's really excited about him and his development. His
game is it's already opening up so much for other players, because as teams in the SAA watch him on film, Barry double-teamed him on and off the ball. It didn't matter if he had it. They weren't going to let him get the ball. Well, it opened it up for Malachi Dooley. It opens it up for Dylan Pumpian, the Kemp brothers. Right. You know, and once Uba really gets back to the Uba that we all know, step-up jumper, that one's down for Ethan Foss. Once Uba gets back to Uba, this is going to be a real dangerous team come January and February.
Yeah, you know, we've always known Coach Bond to let teams shoot the ball well from the perimeter. I know from his expectations, he wants them to be shooting a little bit better. I mean, everybody likes seeing the ball go through the basket. But the good news is we don't need to be shooting our best till the end of the season. So this team's only going to get better and better. You know, I'm just excited watching him. You've seen already such improvement over the last couple weeks. It's just confidence. Ooh, man.
And they get on the push, and that secondary break, having players at 6'7", pulling on the break and dropping threes, and that's exactly what they did. We'll get a timeout on the floor here. 15:05 to go in the second half. Oglethorpe trailing now 61-49 on the Oglethorpe Sports Network.
Thanks for having me, buddy. I'm going to go chase these 4 and 2-year-olds around and wear them out for my wife.
Have fun with that.
Man, we hope to see some great fans in the gym. And always appreciate all you do, man.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. I'll see you on Saturday and Sunday. Coach Ritchie joining us here on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. We'll pause as well and be back right after this. And we're back on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Emory has stormed out here in the second half. Got to say thanks to Coach Ritchie stopping by. They've outscored Oglethorpe 18-9 here to start the second half. Couple of three balls. Jair Knight with 13. Logan Shanahan with 13. Ben Pierce with 12. Dylan Pumpian with 16. Jordan James going to check in now for Jackson Kemp. See if Jordan can find what he had there in the first half. Asari, James, Pumpian, Zigbo, and Robinson. Asari going to find Jordan James, who's going to drive in. Thought he got fouled, and he did. And Jordan going to go shoot a couple of free throws now. Max Freed called for the foul on that one. Second team foul. And now offense going to become at a premium. So I mentioned Robinson and Zigbo sat most of the first half with foul trouble. Jordan's first free throw short. Second half right now has been all Emory, shooting 50% from the field. They've hit 3 threes here in the second half. Second one going to rattle around and up and in. Oglethorpe just 3 of 8 from the floor. 18-10 kick to give the Eagles an 11-point lead. That's a 3-ball on the way, going to be off the mark and no good. And again, long offensive rebound taken and second chance opportunity for Ben Pierce. He's going to drop that in. It's a 13-point lead, just that quick for Emory. 3 balls normally will lead to long rebounds, and that's exactly what's happened. Asari going to drive in. Emory back in a man-to-man. Nope, they're staying in this Sort of modified 2-3. Sorry, going to drive baseline. Kick it back to Robinson. Sorry, going to swing it across. A Zigbo from downtown. That's going to come up short. Uba grabs the offensive rebound, and he's going to draw a foul. Good job there by Uba. Short on the 3 ball, grabs the offensive rebound, and then puts it back up. Foul going to be called on Shanahan. 3 fouls on Martins, 2 on Knight, Shanahan, and Foss. For Oglethorpe, Dooley has 3 and Robinson with 3. As Zigbo rattles that first one up and in. Asari going to sub out. Mason Kemp going to sub back in. 63-51 the score. Uba's second one pure. It's now 63-52. Oglethorpe going to go back to this 2-3 zone. James provides a little more length. They're going to get another 3 on the way, and that is just money. Ben Pierce has a really pretty jump shot, and it's now a 14-point lead for the Eagles. Pumpian now kind of running the show up top. Dillon's had one of his best games as a Stormy Petrel. James going to be fouled again, and they've done a great job finding Jordan James there at the foul line extended area. And Jordan's ability to put the ball on the deck and knock down that free throw line jumper, really good. Right now, 6 of 7 from the field for Jordan. Just 3 of 7 from the foul line, but he does have 15 points. But defensively is where Oglethorpe's really got to pick it up. Emory has now got the 3 ball falling. First free throw up, and that's going to rattle around and no good. Jordan really disgusted with himself that ball was not going in on the free throw. Subbing in is going to be A.J. Harris and Albert Fallis. Second free throw for James. It's going to be up and makes that one. Very exacerbated to the crowd. I don't know if he's talking to his mom or somebody in the crowd. He's going, I'm trying to make the free throws. I'm not trying to miss. Oglethorpe going to go back man-to-man. Kemp now going to have to deal. He's going to get the block. Got the block on Jair Knight. Uba going the other way. Has that, and he's going to draw a foul. Pierce going to foul Uba in the open court. That's going to be the 15th foul on Emory. Oglethorpe a lot more aggressive here in the second half, getting to the foul line. Best thing with this, if you can make free throws, you score. The clock stops, and you get a chance to set your defense. Uba with just 4 on the contest, had a lot of foul trouble in the first half. His first free throw's up and good. Emory fans not happy, screaming off to the side of me how terrible the call is. Second free throw up and good. And it's 66-55 in favor of the Eagles. Pierce going to bring it across, and this kid is just flat out money right now. 13 points on the game, but really moving with a purpose. He's going to pull another 3 and drain that one. Pumpian went under the screen, and with the way that Ben Pierce is shooting the ball, absolute last thing you want to do, and Emory's got their biggest lead of the game at 14. What was a tie game at 40. Uba going to look underneath to Perry Robinson, and he's going to lay it up and in. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor with 12:37 to play. It's 69-57. Perry finally getting loose underneath. We'll take a timeout with him on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. And we're back on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. 69-57, Emory is taking control here in the second half. 26-17 kick as the three ball for Ben Pierce really starting to drop. If you're Dylan Pumpian, you cannot play off of him. Pierce is feeling it. He's calling for the ball. Harris going to drive in, kick that one across. Fawless with it. Going to put his head down and lay it up and in, and he's complaining that might have been a foul on Kemp. No call there either, and it's back to a 14-point lead. That's going to be turned over. Pierce with the steal. Can't go all the way cross court, and Oglethorpe going to get it right back. James gets it, and Kemp was just tackled out of bounds. Oh my goodness, climbing the ladder. Jair Knight with a two-hand jam. Kemp was tackled over on the sideline. No call. And now the biggest lead at 73-57. Mason with it underneath, going to lay it up off the glass, no good. Rebound, no good. Robinson battling for it. He's going to get it again. Second stick to it of this, third time, and he's going to draw a foul underneath. Perry was just like a pogo stick coming up and jumping and jumping and jumping. Jair Knight had climbed the ladder for a two-hand jam on the fast break at 73-57. 12-minute timeout here, the media timeout, and Emory's got it at their pace. We'll take a timeout with them on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Perry Robinson going to step to the line with a couple of free throws. Oglethorpe down 16. They've been outscored by 13 in about 8.5 minutes here of the second half. Emory has absolutely got the game at the pace they want to play at. Said this game needed to be played in the 70s, maybe low 80s. Emory's on pace now to score about 90, maybe more. And you can see they get the ball in bounds. It's pass, and they are ready to shoot it. Oglethorpe's dropped back into the 2-3 zone. Little runner in the lane. That's going to be off and no good for Ethan Foss. Robinson going to grab the rebound. He's going to bring it into the front court. Emory staying man-to-man. Perry still has it. He's going to drive in, have that one thrown back by Foss. And he's going to drive in and have it blocked again by Foss. Kemp going to come up with the rebound, though. Kick it over to a Zigbo. Three ball on the way. Just off the back iron and no good. Emory coming back the other way. Pierce going to be called, I thought they were going to get him for travel, but they're going to call a foul. It looks like on Pumpian. That's the third on Dylan. Fourth team foul. Pierce not going to get the shot on that one. Emory going to sub out Shanahan, sub back in Martans. Martans has been dealing with a lot of foul trouble. Fawless with it to Harris. His three right at the end of the first half really changed the trajectory of this game. Steal by a Zigbo. And now Uba going to come the other way. Drive in, and he's going to lay it up and in. Really good patience there by Uba. Zigbo pushed it, a little head fake, got Fawless in the air, and Martans just got away with a travel, and now Pierce fires a three. That's no good as Zigbo flying in, grabbing the rebound, and Oglethorpe headed the other way. Uba stop and pop downtown, no good. One thing Uba has really struggled with this year has been the three ball. Fallis going to lay it up and in. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. Jason Zimmerman going to take a timeout. As Coach Ritchie mentioned, a lot of basketball this weekend. Men will play at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Then the women were going to play, I believe, Saturday at 4, and then 2 o'clock on Sunday is what's listed on the website, which will be great. We've got a lot of NFL action going on there. But you want to come by Pinholster Court. Free to get in. Great accommodations. Students are still here for a couple of more days. Got to see a good friend of mine, John Schwartz. Worked with him over at 790, the now defunct 790 The Zone. He was a producer and everything there, and he's gone on to, he was the SID at Emory for a while, and he moved up to Cleveland. Stopped by, had a good conversation with him. Coach Ritchie and his family are here. A lot of the women's basketball players are here. I can see them sitting in the crowd watching the game. Hotly contested. Malachi Dooley going to check back in. Christian Williams in as well. Robinson and Ozigbo out. Dooley going to drive baseline and go reverse. Probably should have just went up on the right side. Did not. Pierce coming down the other way. He's going to find Fallis. Kick it back to Pierce. That's going to be around Martin's wide open three. Off the front rim, no good. But Jair Knight playing Johnny on the spot with the offensive stick back. And it's now a 16-point lead for Emory. This 2-2-1 trap has really given Oglethorpe problems getting offense initiated. We're going to get a kick ball underneath off Martin's. Kemp had James in the post. Martin's kicked it. Tyson Thomas going to check in for Ben Pierce. Knight with 20, Shanahan with 17, Pierce with 13. On the Oglethorpe side, you've had 16 out of Pumpy and 16 out of James, 8 from Ozigbo. Robinson, Williams going to drive in, and he's just going to get tackled underneath. Martin's, I believe that's going to be his 4th foul. And it is his 4th, and subbing back in is going to be Logan Shanahan, who again has 17. It's a nice problem to have when you sub 6'7" for 6'7", and they both can shoot and do a whole lot of different things. Williams knocks in a free throw, cuts the lead down to 15. One thing we've seen with Oglethorpe, though, in the Barry game, they were down double digits, and they're going to fight, they're going to scrap, they're going to claw. Just defensively, Williams drains the second one. They've got to find a way. 2 things, stop Emory from shooting the 3 and get them off the offensive glass. 2 things that have absolutely killed the Stormy Petrels today. 2-3 zone, very active hands. And Williams digging at it underneath. Thomas closed out. Harris in the corner. Shanahan from downtown and nothing but net. Great defensive possession for about 25 seconds, and then Shanahan makes them pay with a corner 3, and the lead is now 17. Kemp thought about it from the corner, skips it across to his brother. Foul line to James, no hesitation. Jordan has that one rim around and out, and Jair Knight skying for the rebound. Harris thought about a 3. Layup up and in and good, and Shanahan showing the entire arsenal right now in the second half. 3-ball going, post-up game going, and it's now a 19-point lead for Emory. 39-23 here in the second half. Harris head fakes, kicks it back. Shanahan wide open again. That one's going to be off the front rim. No rebounding, and again an offensive rebound for A.J. Harris. And Coach Ponder not happy with what's going on. 3-ball and offensive rebounding will do it. And now you're going to get a steal and the ball going the other way. And that one's going to be thrown out of bounds by Shanahan. Ozigbo and Robinson going to check back in. After the under 8 media timeout, it's 84-63. Emory will be back after this on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. And we're back on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. 7:37 to go here in the second half. Emory has stormed in front 41-23 here in the second half to take what was a 3-point halftime lead and expand it now to 21. Robinson going to look to James at the foul line. Jordan kicks it back out to Kemp. Kemp from downtown going to hit front rim and no good. And Jordan James still battling. And he's going to get the ball knocked out of bounds off of Logan Shanahan. And I'll tell you, Jordan James, as conference play gets underway, will become uber important for Oglethorpe, a kind of jack of all trades who can play down low, can play up top, can play defense, can rebound. Energy guy. Robinson going to get the ball, use his body. No foul called, and he is really upset with that one. Shanahan kind of kept his feet, but used his body. That one's going to be off the mark for Jair Knight, rebounded by Kemp. And Kemp going to go the other way. Zigbo, unfortunately, in a hurry, dribbled that one off his feet and out of bounds. Martin's going to check back in. Foss going to check back in. And again, you go 6'7", 6'7". You replace Harris, who's 6'5". They replace Fallis, who's only 6 foot even. The ball's going to be knocked away by Kemp. Good effort, though, by Oglethorpe. Dylan Pumpian giving you something that you can absolutely use in conference play. Emory, one of the best teams in the country. And for a half, you played really close with them. You think about it, they beat Barry by 18. That'll let you know how good Emory is. Oglethorpe does have an overtime win over Barry and a 1-0 conference record. And they're going to get an and one. Martin's got fouled maybe 4 times as he went up with that one. I'm going to call that one on a Zigbo. Uba's like, why me? It was either going to be him or Robinson. Free throw up and good. And it's now 87-63. Robinson from the corner going to kick it back out top to Kemp. Emory's kind of in a 1-3-1 matchup zone, and now they've put somebody on Jordan James. They put Jair Knight on him at the foul line. Robinson, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Perry's had a frustrating day. Foul trouble really took him out of rhythm early on in the game. Perry just 2 of 7 from the floor. Zigbo just 2 of 8. 2 of the stars on this team really with foul trouble got an issue. Martin shot a jump hook about 1.5 foot short. And Jordan James going to come down with the rebound. Zigbo going to drive in. Kemp on the baseline, has that one come up and no good. And Robinson still fighting, grabs the rebound and has that one fall out of bounds. We got 5:45 to go. It's 87-63. Pierce looking for Martins. Back outside to Foss. That 3-ball no good. Rebounded. Taken. Robinson fighting, and a Zigbo comes up with it. And he's going to push the other way. And if nothing else, Oglethorpe going to continue to play hard. Jordan James underneath. No call. He got hammered, but the ball goes up and in. Jordan having his best game of the year with 18. That was going to be out of bounds off of Malachi Dooley. One thing a Coach Ponder team is always going to do is continue to play hard, continue to fight, scratch, and claw, never give up. Learning experiences to be had. Unfortunately, the starting 5 really barely was in the game in the first half, so the rhythm was off. Shanahan to Pierce. He kind of dribbles around. Foss underneath. That was going to be rebounded by Dooley as Knight shot 12 feet on an 11-foot jumper. Dooley with the left, no good. And they're going to call a foul. Jackson Kemp with the foul. Offense and defense unraveled here in the second half. He held Emory to 43 in the first half. They have 44 to go, or 44 with about 5 minutes to go here in the second half. Pierce from way downtown, and this kid is absolutely on fire. You can tell the jump shot confidence is there, and it's now a 25-point lead I don't think Pierce has hit the rim yet. Everything from outside the arc has just been string music the entire way. James from the foul line, and that's good. And that's something, when they find teams that are going to play zone defenses, you have found a guy in Jordan James that's super comfortable at that foul line. And Jordan now with 20 on the game. We'll take a timeout. 4:27 to go. Eagles of Emory 90, your Stormy Petrels 67. We'll be back after this on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. Back here on the Oglethorpe Sports Network, John Michaels. Hope you guys are having a happy holiday. Things were a lot more happy for me in the first half as Oglethorpe was going toe-to-toe with one of the top 16 teams in the country in Division III. And then the second half, unfortunately for them, has unraveled. A three-point barrage for Emory has led to a very difficult time. Pierce again, well, there's his first miss, and as Zigbo comes up with a rebound. Uba going to have that one stripped away, and they're going to call a foul. Uba clearly frustrated. Foul going to be on Ben Pierce. Pierce with 23 on the game. Pierce right now 5 of 8 from outside the arc. Shanahan 3 of 5. Knight 2 of 4. Foss just 2 of 8. Follis 1 of 1. Harris 1 of 1. Pumpian 4 for 5 for your Stormy Petrels, but Zigbo, Dooley, and Jackson Kemp are all over. One of the Achilles heels right now for Oglethorpe has been the 3-ball. When they shot it well against Barry, you had one of the exhilarating wins of the year. Today, you're shooting just 23% from outside the arc. Emory's outshot you on the three-point line 14-4. So you're talking about a 30-point differential from outside the arc. Oh, goodness. Jair Knight just cocked that one back like he was in the slam dunk contest and flushed it. It's his second big dunk of the day. But again, that 30-point differential in the 3-ball is really hard to overcome. Kemp from way downtown going to miss that one. They're going to call foul on number 33, Martans. He's going to foul out. Kel Martans is out of there. Kid that came into the game averaging 18.7 points and 8.7 rebounds per game. Going to have to sit down. Had a tough game with 5 fouls. Just 2 of 7 from the floor. Did have 4 rebounds. Perry Robinson going to go to the line. Shoot some free throws. First free throw up and good. Perry just 2-hand shove Foss in the back. I think he didn't like the box out scenario that played. Perry's not even looking at him. Foss has got his hands up in the air going, what just happened? Second free throw up and no good. (92-69) the score. Harris going to step out of bounds over in that corner. That corner, and if you've watched a lot of these games, whether it's the men's or women's game, there seems to be a magnet to step out of bounds over in that corner. The black court, we obviously call it the black top here at Pinholster Court. Zigbo going to drive in, fire a foul line jumper. That's no good, and Harris grabs the rebound. And we're going to get a loose ball foul on number 24, Harris. He shoved Robinson in the back on the rebound. And Perry will go back to the line. Double bonus opportunity here for the Stormy Petrels. Robinson's first free throw up and good. Foss and Perry have yet to look back at each other after that little skirmish. Not even really a skirmish. It was just a shove, like, get out of my way. Hopefully cooler heads prevail here. Robinson knocks in the second one. It's 92-71. Emory has not taken their starters out. So if you're Coach Ponder, you want to preach here, let's finish this out strong. Harris 3, no good. Ball's going to be tipped up and out of bounds off of Jordan James. Finish it strong. Try to close on a kick. 21's probably too much to overcome with 2:54 to go. But you want to see a positive finish. Finish on a kick here. Harris underneath, no good, and they're going to call a late foul on a Zigbo. Harris will go there and shoot 2 because it was a shooting foul. 7th team foul on Oglethorpe. First free throw up and no good. Harris can shoot the 3 ball. That's pretty much everybody for number 14, Emory can. Second free throw up, and that's going to be pure and good. 93-71. James with it, going to kick it across, and that's turned over. Pierce going to go underneath to Harris, and he lays it up and in. 95-71. As I mentioned, the 90-point mark is where Emory lives. They've hit 100 once. Robinson going to drive in, lay that one up, no good. And they're going to call a foul. Trying to see who the foul's called on. Subbing in now, it's going to be Ethan Weems getting his first opportunity. 6'5" freshman out of Sandy Springs, Georgia. Rob Reitzman going to check in. Mark Asari going to check in. Brevin Klim going to check in. And for Emory, they're going to have John Coppolino check in. Trying to see who else is on the floor. Number 11's in, Mateo Welton. Tyson Thomas back on the floor. 24, you still have A.J. Harris out there. Looks like number 30, Isaac Snyder, going to check in. So the bench is emptying for both teams. Kids that work really hard during practice and don't always get to see minutes are now going to get some chances to get out on the floor. Like to see some of these kids get some shots up. They will. That ball's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Coppolino. 6'3" sophomore out of Tenafly, New Jersey, the Phelps School. Not really familiar with Tenafly, not sure where that's at. Williams inbounds it to Clem. I'd like to see Williams start getting some shots. Weird looking jump shot, kind of comes off sideways, but he could shoot it. Reitzman has that one off the mark. Williams with the offensive rebound and stick back, and that's what you want to see out of Christian. 6'3" junior out of Swanee. Thomas passes up the 3. You can hear the bench screaming, shoot it, shoot it. 3 ball on the way, and that's going to be pure. Knocked in for Mateo Welton, left-hander. Strokes that one from deep, and it's 98-73. I think his family's sitting off to the side, really excited to see that one. Asari going to drive in, and he's going to draw a foul and go to the line. Foul going to be on number 3, John Coppolino. And I'll tell you, Asari is somebody moving forward that's going to get a lot of backup point guard minutes. Played a really good floor game today. He's going to knock that one in. His third point of the day. 3 for 3. Williams going to check out. Coming back in is going to be number 10, Jack Thomas. 6'4" freshman out of Roswell. So Reitzman, Brevin Klim, Jack Thomas, Mark Asari, and Ethan Weems on the floor. Outside of Asari and Reitzman, Players that don't always have a lot of free time. 3 ball on the way, and that's going to come up short. Asari going to grab the rebound, and he's going to be fouled by number 15. Foul there going to go on Devin Oster, 6-foot freshman out of Boca Raton, Florida. Choate Rosemary Hall. I went to high school in Palm Beach County. I'm not familiar with that school out of Boca. We had the Boca Bobcats and Spanish River were the 2 schools when I was there. And again, I'm close to 50 years old, so school districts have obviously changed along the way. Asari's second free throw good, 98-76. Would like to not allow them to get 100 points. You're going to need a stop here and no fouls. Oglethorpe staying in a 2-3 zone. Weems underneath. Thomas providing some size. Reisman, who is a defensive wizard, and we're going to go travel, called on Oster. Had the puppies moving there for a second. 98-76. Oglethorpe will be back in action coming up on Saturday versus Covenant College. Reisman pull-up jumper. That's going to rattle around and no good. And Rob going to be rewarded with a couple of free throws. That's going to be a 2 o'clock tip here on the Oglethorpe Sports Network. And then they're going to be off for the holidays for a while. The men will not be back until December, I believe it's December the 29th. 29th and 30th we'll have some tournament action. Reisman's first free throw comes up short. Rob, a super athletic, energetic kid, can really help you on the defensive end. Second free throw off the mark and no good. Asari gets the offensive rebound. Mark going to drive in, kick it back out. Weems from downtown. That one's going to be off the backboard and come up a little bit long. Ethan sprinting back. Oster going to kick in the corner. Thomas decides not to take a 3, and Jack Thomas has that one go out of bounds. (98-76), 33 seconds to go. 3 ball on the way, off the mark, no good there for Capolino. And Jack Thomas comes up with a rebound. Weems has it, gives it up to Asari. Mark going to drive in, the scoop and the score, and that's a really nice reverse lay-in for Mark Asari. We'd like to see if we can get more of that. A 20-point lead with 17 seconds to go, and it looks like Coach Zimmerman has told his troop, let's just dribble this out. We're not going to get to 100. We're going to head the other way. That's how it's going to end up here on a Thursday night. Tough second half for your Stormy Petrels. They're outscored in the second half, 55-38. They're going to fall 98-78